When I left my home country to study and settle in Europe, my mother gave me a lot of advices to help me navigate this new chapter of my life. Moving to an unfamiliar continent with a completely different way of life was daunting, but her words always stayed with me. One particular piece of advice, however, puzzled me. She told me I should only date women from my culture, ideally from my own country. In other words, she only encouraged me to date black women. Over time, I came to understand her reasoning. It wasn't about disliking other races. She simply believed that marrying within our culture will help preserve traditions and values that someone from a different background might not fully understand. However, after a decade of living in Europe, my perspective has shifted. Times have changed. In 2025, interracial relationships have become more common and younger generations no longer see race as a barrier to love. At the end of the day, we are all human. That said, for an interracial relationship to truly thrive, there are some crucial things you need to understand. Without those key insights, your relationship may struggle. Welcome to my channel. My name is Faces Attractive, and today I'll be sharing with you essential things you need to know before dating someone from a different culture. Dating someone from another race means stepping outside of your comfort zone. Differences in culture, habits, and ways of thinking are inevitable, but embracing them is what makes the experience enriching. For example, when it comes to food, I love Cameroonian cuisine, but our dishes often contain a lot of oil, which can lead to health issues over time. Observing how other cultures approach food made me reconsider my own eating habits and incorporate healthier choices. And this applies to many aspects of life, from traditions to communication styles. A key takeaway: curiosity and open-mindedness will only broaden your understanding of the world and make you a more well-rounded person. Number 2, understand the motive. Every relationship has an underlying reason for existing, but it's crucial to ensure that your partner is with you for the right reasons, not just because of your race. You see, some women are drawn to black men because they want biracial children, believing mixed race kids are more attractive. Others fetishize black men based on stereotypes. I remember working as a night receptionist at a hotel during my student years, and a guest once told me that she never considered dating a black man before, but since black men are trendy, she could see herself doing it in the future. That's the kind of person you want to avoid. Make sure your relationship is based on genuine connection, not superficial attraction. Number 3, communication is everything. Communication is vital in any relationship, but even more so in an interracial one. Cultural differences can lead to misunderstandings if not properly addressed. In African culture, for example, men are often raised to believe that expressing emotions or discussing personal struggles is a sign of weakness. As a result, many African men don't open up about their past traumas or personal challenges. If a European woman dates an African man, she might interpret his silence as emotional distance, when in reality he was simply never taught to be vulnerable. Recognizing these cultural nuances and fostering open communication can prevent unnecessary conflicts and strengthen your bond. Number 4, embrace cultural differences. Your points of disagreement or misunderstandings aren't always related to your cultural differences. That's what you need to know first. Sometimes it's just two human beings who don't share the same point of view, who don't act in the same way, and that's perfectly normal. Many people use culture as an excuse to justify bad behaviors and avoid doing the work they need to do on themselves when someone comments on their behavior or habit. For instance, if you don't enjoy a particular dish from your partner's culture, you don't have to be rude about it. Instead of criticizing, approach the topic with respect. I think that when you're in your 20s, all you care about is appearance, but in your 30s, the dating strategy changes. Especially for us men, we no longer see ourselves in relationship with a woman solely because she's beautiful, but also for who she is, and her identity is also defined by her culture. It also depends on where the person grew up. In my case, for example, I was born and raised in Cameroon, Africa, and the imprint my culture has on me is completely different from a guy who was born in Cameroon but grew up maybe in London or Miami, for example. Number 5, and this is my last point, women are not the same. I've been with a lot of women that I've almost met every time through dating apps, and I'm only gonna focus here on black and white women because they're the ones that I've mostly been with. People often say women are all the same, which is true, but not true at the same time. I mean, when I was very active on dating apps, I didn't act the same way with black women than with white women because I realized that they're not the same. I knew what I could talk about or how I could talk with them depending if she was black or white. Their communication is different, their interests are different, the approach is different, or even their love language is different in my opinion. My goal here isn't to tell you how black women and white women are different. It's more complex than that. These aren't things that can be explained in 2 or 3 sentences. The only thing I wanted to point out is depending on the race and culture, women are not the same, even though they're still the same to some extent. At the end of the day, interracial relationships come with unique challenges but also offer incredible opportunities for growth and learning. If you're open-minded, communicate effectively, and genuinely embrace each other's culture, your relationship can thrive. At the end of the day, love is about connection, respect, and understanding. Race should never be the sole reason to pursue or avoid a relationship. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going. What are your thoughts on interracial dating? Share your experience in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon because I've got way more content coming your way. Stay blessed. Peace.